Alright guys, today I will be showing you all my new computer, the first desktop computer I have ever had in my whole life and where I'm currently making some of my most recent videos. It's been quite expensive, but I was looking to get something that would last me for a few years at least, hence why I tried to get somewhat good and solid components, but now let's get into it. I remember how back when I began uploading videos to this channel, I had a 100 euros Chinese phone from a brand I think no longer exists, and now I'm making a video about the most powerful device I have ever had, which despite it's not bought with the money YouTube gave to me, it's still curious how in this life there are times when we definitely progress. First of all, I would like to mention that this computer's main purpose is not to play Asphalt Legends Unite, if that's what you guys are thinking about, since you know my laptop still works perfectly and I have even my iPad for that. I have done some videos with my computer because the quality is much better, since obviously the components are at a whole different level when we compare it with my laptop, of course. So for the Asphalt Legends Unite launch I needed the best performance possible. I will be using this computer mostly for 3D modeling since I'm still at university and both Maya and Cinema 4D are programs I need to get used to. So that's why I have picked Intel over AMD and an Nvidia graphic card, since those components perform better with 3D modeling programs and that stuff. But now let's dive into the computer itself. I paid a fee to get my computer built by the store from where I picked the components, so I got a massive box as you could see at the beginning of the video, and inside of it there were all the boxes of the different components, and inside of the PC case box there was the whole PC build. I have to say that regarding the packaging, everything was quite well protected, so that's a nice point. Since once built, I got the computer delivered from a completely different city, so the trip wasn't really a short one, as it took like 3 days or so for it to arrive. The main components, in case you want to know them, are: as a processor, I have picked an Intel 14700KF, as the graphic card a RTX 4070 Ti Super. I have also got 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, which is basically the fastest one as for now, a 2 TB SSD hard disk, and as the motherboard I got an MSI BT760 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi, but I couldn't really pick others since the store itself recommended me to use that motherboard for my PC configuration rather than something different. So since I'm not insanely experienced building computers or with computer components at all, I decided to follow the experts' advice. I have also picked liquid cooling over CPU refrigeration because as far as I could see, it was the most optimal approach for the processor I have bought. And other components I bought were a power supply of 850 watts, which by the way the store recommended me to be modular, even though I'm not completely aware of what was the difference between a full modular one and other variants. I have also got an internal sound card, which is the one you can see on screen right now, and as the PC case I picked this Forgeon Arcanite, which rather than the one I liked the most, it was the one that could actually fit all the fans within, because other cases which I liked a bit more didn't have as many spots to place all the fans the components required. And yeah, I'm aware I have to set up the RGB lights because right now all what I have is a constant rainbow. Oh, and I have realized I didn't talk too much about my screen, but the thing is that right now I'm waiting for my new screen to arrive, so all what I can tell you guys is that my current screen has a 2K resolution and a 100Hz refresh rate, but the brand name is still a bit weird, Kurui I think it is, or something like that. The new screen is from Gigabyte and it has 4K and 144Hz, so I think it will do the job more than decently. Let's see how much each component cost to me. The thing is that I don't remember exactly, like with decimals and that stuff, how much each component costed, but if I recall correctly, the RAM I have used was like 130 euros, the processor 430 euros, because I got it as a time limited sale, but I think that this specific card doesn't usually go for far over 900 euros. SSD storage was like 140 euros, the case was like 80 euros in sale as well, the liquid cooling was 80 euros as well, and the power supply, the sound card and some extra details were for like 200 euros. I paid 50 euros to get the computer built by experts, and that option gave me the chance to have Windows 11 Pro installed as well, so it was a nice deal, not gonna lie. I'm quite happy. More than about the computer itself, I'm happy because this new monster will be extremely helpful for my university degree, so it's great, and who knows, maybe by the time GTA 6 arrives on Windows, I will be more than prepared to run it, so that's a good point as well, boy. I didn't really want to make an extremely long video since, The PC is what it is, there is nothing beside. Oh, well, maybe, maybe the controller, but I use a DualShock 4, the PS4 controller basically, so yeah, one of the best controllers I have ever had, but I will switch to the PS5 one in the future as well, I think. And that was pretty much it. Now it's your turn, guys. What are your thoughts about my new computer? Do you think it's far better to invest the money on this rather than on Asphalt Legends Unite? Well, you know what, there is no need to answer that. I can already see the answers coming. Nah, but I really hope you all found this video interesting. Let me know from where you play Asphalt Legends Unite below as well. Drop your massive like and I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt content. Goodbye, guys.